Hello and welcome to another episode of Farming Simulator 22 over on Court Farms. Right guys, looking forward to being on Court Farms today, and we do have, well, we've got our cultivating contract that we're in the process of doing. I put a worker on to finish that. Whoa, these are what I'm looking for. Now I know you guys are going to be like, oh, more cultivating, blah 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 blah. Look, it's winter. We don't have much else to do in winter. But these cultivating jobs are going to earn us some huge money. Now, I did come in here for a reason. Field 46. Field 46. Yeah, the entrance has to be along here. Now, my cultivator is currently on a worker, but I am going to put that, like, back to me doing that job. The reason why I've just put it on a worker is just while I basically get this set up, so it could just be doing something in the background. As you can see, we've got the time up onto 5, so that should keep us going nicely. Alright guys, I am full of the sneezes again today, and eyes watering and all that. I'm going to presume the pollen is going to kick my ass again today. But yeah, if there's any little mute patches just like that, I do apologise. It's better than me like coughing and sneezing down the microphone. It's just, yeah, it's just hay fever. If you watch the channel for long enough, you'll know I suffer quite badly with hay fever. It is a pain in my ass. So that's like that. It would be nice to get a slightly bigger plough. I did put the engine upgrade onto the Renault off recording. Just because I knew the shop was most likely going to be closed when I first started today. What have we got today? Technically a little cultivator. Oh, I also added in the mod for more things in the shop as well, just to try and not like necessarily move the series along quicker, but just to try and give us some possible new equipment that we could buy. The plough that we bought is this one, isn't it? Yeah. 3 meters. Just looking. 3.3 meters. I know it's not much wider, although it's 18 grand. Again, it would take all the money, and we do technically. I'm trying to figure out a way of doing plows a bit quicker. We'd only get 6 grand for that, so we don't have enough. No, we are going to have to do things this way. So let's go onto there and go onto a course. We're going to do we'll do 6 headlands. I just did notice previously doing 4 headlands just sometimes a little bit off. We're going to also do the center first to try and get that out of the way, because ideally you should start on the center really. I'm trying to figure out why you won't. Right, this has done this thing again. There we go. Are you going to move now? Yeah, very strange. Right. So that should work there. I'm going to leave that trailer there because, well, why not? Right, we're going to leave him to do his job. Right, we're going to manually take back over this cultivating contract, because this is what we were doing in the last episode. Field 46 can take as long as it needs now, because at the end of the day, you know, we have got a massive list of cultivating jobs to do. It's not going to cost us any money other than fuel and a little bit of time, which is fantastic. Maybe the odd repair on the leyland, but overall I think this is the right idea. We'll get this. Are you telling me you've given up working already, or was that me pressing the wrong button? It does happen sometimes when I'm trying to use the steering wheel. It does quite often happen, especially when I'm in the middle of like turning the wheel. The buttons are in slightly the wrong place. it does it a lot on snow runner when I'm like in full lock and I'm trying to press a button and wondering why it's not working. Because technically the button's on the other side because I'm in full lock. So it does happen sometimes that I do press the wrong button. Now we are going to get this turned into a time lapse. I just want to make sure that the do like a strip or two of this, make sure that's working on the other field, and then we'll probably get this into a time lapse. We've got a lot of cultivating jobs, and I am really looking forward to doing the cultivating jobs. I'm definitely looking forward to doing them. I do apologise for any little quiet patches coming up because yeah, hay fever's kicking my ass. I'm mega late getting up today as well, which isn't helping. Yeah, so he's working really well now. So yeah, I couldn't get my hay fever medication taken early enough for the video to try and help reduce it. That's normally what I do. It's just, yeah, I didn't want to get up this morning, to be honest. Not that I didn't want to get up to record, I just didn't want to get up this morning. I was yeah, the wife got up, went to work, and I'm just like snoring made up apparently. I won't be 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. I just needed to clear my sinuses. It's gonna be a long day, I think, today. The pollen count must be extremely high. I've had a few days where it's not been too bad, but today it is just, yeah, kicking my ass. Yeah, we've got the Renault working over there really nicely. I think I'm gonna get this into a bit of a time lapse. Hopefully within the time lapse we can get this field finished and we can make our way down to the next one. But yeah, we've got a lot of cultivating. I know some people would be like, oh, but cultivating jobs, it's all the same, you know, and I know where you're coming from, guys, but we can only use the equipment we've got, and we've got a lot of cultivating jobs to come up. I might even look at buying another cultivator. We will sell it, but we might look at buying another one, because if that ploughing field does get finished in time, they might, you know what I mean, it'll just speed some of the cultivating jobs up. Then we can get some money, we can get some equipment, or we can look at getting a piece of land. I'd like to try and get the baling equipment though. That is, I think right now, and I mean like right now, it's winter, I think the baling equipment is mightily more important than a piece of land, because if we've got the baling equipment, we can do baling contracts, and we know it's farming simulator, guys. Baling contracts just pay. They just pay. So yeah, it'll be nice to try and pick something up in the sale. Maybe. Actually, there was a mower in the sale. If you remember, there was a front mower in the sale. We need to have a look at that. But yeah, I'm gonna get this time lapse started then, guys, because I've been procrastinating a little bit now. We'll get the radio turned on and we'll get as much as we can done in the next couple of minutes.
Passing through. If heaven's not my home, then hell will have to do. The angels beckon me from this dark and eerie door, and I can't feel at home in this world anymore. Run away, I might just run away. I might just leave it all behind and find another day. Took their toll. I can't find the strength to fight like this no more. I've had all I can take, too much to carry around. and lonely, and I'm ready to lay down. Run away, I might just run away. I might just leave it all behind and find another day. Tell my man I done the best I can, and I know loving him means leaving him alone. And I know loving him means leaving him alone. Run away, I might just run away. I might just leave it all behind and find another day. Thought it through, good God, I thought it through. And there ain't nothing that I got I ain't willing to lose. Run away, I might just run away. Run away, I might just run away.
There we go, guys. That is quite a good chunk of this field done. Now it is nice to be moving along. I don't know if you noticed in the time lapse. Sometimes I forget I'm in a time lapse, and I'm there like you know, moving the mouse and scrolling it and stuff. I'm just trying to get a view of the Renault, just to make sure it's still working well. Let's hope he hasn't been stuck on a hedge this entire time. But we are just going to go and double check that he's not stuck on a hedge. If he's been stuck on a hedge this entire time, I'll be fuming. I don't know if you can tell, guys, but yeah, this hay beaver's just kicking my ass. It's just, oh, it's making me sound funny when I talk now. I think I can do it. It's giving me the sneezes, constantly sneezing and that, and oh yeah, I just can't get it to stop. It's quite good the time lapse came when it did, to be honest. Yeah, we've not got much left of this field to do. Again, we'll only do it till it says 100%, and then we will move on to the next field. Now, I'm going to presume some of the fields are not overly big. You know, the prices do range on the next lot of cultivating jobs, but this should earn us quite a bit of money, to be honest. This should earn us quite a bit of money. We are looking really, really good. Yeah, we're in that time of year at the moment where there's just, it's just ploughing and cultivating jobs. The odd fertilising job may come up, but I'm not expecting it to. I'm not expecting it to, but we've got a cultivator, we've got a plough. We've got some fertilizer, we've got some seed. We don't have a seeder at the moment, so we do need to be looking for a seeder again before I believe it's March. Yeah, I think it's March is the spring season, and then we need to be looking at getting our hands on a planter. Yeah, what I'd like to do is I'd like to try and at some point soon get like a small piece of land, and I'd like to get some sheep. Reason being is once we've got all the baling equipment, we can feed the sheep with the hay we would get from a contract. So rather than selling the excess bales of hay, we'd be able to actually use that hay, and which is only a small amount of income, we'd be able to use it to feed our sheep, and then our sheep would be able to make us some wool. So that's kind of how I'd like to do this. We can use the excess hay. So I am looking forward to trying to do it like that. Just want to double check some. We've got to be close to completing this contract now. 97%. I just wanted to make sure I hadn't missed it, you know, in the corner, because we have done a lot of it. I expected a little bit extra on this field not to need to be done, just because of the sheer size of this field. But yeah, we've got a lot of cultivating contracts, and I'm really happy about that, because like I say, it's easy money. It's easy money. We drive around the field, we do put it in a time lapse. If we get any other jobs to do, we'll do that basically. Yeah, we have got loads of income to come. And once we finish this field, we'll start looking at that mower in the shop. We'll see the price of that mower. Now, it's gonna have to be something the Renault does. This doesn't have a front three-point attacher on it, so the Leyland is kind of getting at the moment to a point where, apart from like fertilizing, you know, a bit of cultivating, it is a little bit getting on the pointless side. But you know, we're not allowed to sell the Leyland, so it's not worth much anyway. But yeah, oh, I didn't even see that tree there. I didn't even see that tree there. That is how bad that was. Yeah, I'd like to try and get in another field and maybe get another time lapse done in one of the smaller cultivating fields, but this field is just slowly taking quite a long time to finish. I need to make sure I've got Matt 002 on the other number plate on the Renault. I don't think I do. I can't remember if I did that one or not. Yeah, as I say, I do apologise for the sniffling and stuff. I also do apologise if you can hear my fan in the background. I've no choice but to put it on, guys. Sneezing, the coughing, and yeah, and the computer in my room. It's just like 1,000,000 degrees in here. It's all just together. It's just not helping. It's just making me feel even worse. And yeah, I just need the fan on. Hopefully it shouldn't come through. I don't think it came through yesterday on the snow runner video on the trucking channel. I did watch bits of it and I didn't hear it, but if it comes through on this one, I say I do apologise. But I can't sit here sweating. It's because I'm feeling dreadful. That's what it is. It does it to me every time. It does it to me every single time. That's why I always in winter stock up on hay fever medication. I literally buy it in winter, usually because it's cheaper. You go into like a supermarket or you go to a chemist, you go anywhere you can get hay fever medication, and you'll find that you can usually buy one get one free in winter, because at the end of the day it still has an expiry date on this medication. And I buy it in winter and I just stock up ready for summer, because it's spring and summer and this is me, just a hay fever mess. We go this way. I want to try and get past that hedge, because that hedge is really annoying. This should be about, it must be done by now, and I've missed a notification. It has to be done. There's not a chance there's hardly anything left. It is, it's completed. I missed it. I missed it. I missed it. Right, whereabouts are we field-wise? So we're up here in field 88. 89, I know, is definitely a cultivating contract. So we will definitely go and do 89. Now I'm hoping... Oh, yeah, we need to lift that. As you can see, that is this field cultivated. I don't know why it changes the texture. Should have just... If this is the texture it changes to once you complete a contract, this should be the texture cultivating does, to be honest. And I've never liked it when it's changed textures, just because you've finished completing a job. Field 89. I know we're going to be going backwards and forwards because there's another one the other way. But I just thought if we can get field 89 done, we should be able to get that done in this episode. It's a relatively small field. Then between episodes, I can drive to one of the bigger fields. Yeah, we'll definitely finish field 89. I've just got to find the gate to it. Oh, it's here. That's handy. Hey. Field 89. Are we gonna fit through this? We should be okay. Yeah, plenty of room. That looks smaller than it. You know, it looks a smaller gate than it actually was. What we'll do, we shall do a headland. Might be able to see the I can see the Renault in the distance up there. Center of the screen. Let's just have a little look on it. Do you know something? He's doing a pretty good job, to be honest. 8 miles an hour. It's quite a steep hill as well, that field. But he can earn us some money. He can just do that for as long as it needs to be done. We activated the contract, we're doing it, so they're not gonna take it off us part way through, so he can just continue to do that job as long as I've got something else to do with the Leyland. So we should have some massive money coming in the next couple of months. And I feel like, oh, I was gonna have a look in the shop, wasn't I? I was gonna have a look in the shop. I completely forgot about that. I got distracted by coming to do this little field. Got massively distracted. There we go. So that is almost a headland. This field is teeny tiny. Look at this. This is a wicked little field. This wouldn't be a bad field to build on. Relatively close to the shop. Not a bad sized field. Horse stables are near us. There's a lot of grass fields in this area. Baling contracts. This might not be a bad field to maybe look at buying and building our personal farm. Now ideally I would prefer to buy one of the farms on the map. But I don't know actually. I suppose it depends how well we earn this money over winter. You know, we are going to earn some pretty good money doing these cultivating jobs, and you know, alright, he's costing me £30 an hour, but I suppose overall we're getting 14,000 for field 46. The only issue with 46 is we're doing it 3 meters at a time. If we'd have had a 4 meter plough for every 3 strips, would have been a free one, you know what I mean? And compared to what we're doing now, it would have been like 25% quicker, I suppose. It's an extra meter. But we just don't have that kind of horsepower requirement at the moment. But we're getting there. We're getting there. Hopefully some stuff will come up in the day discount shop. Now I don't want to be buying big machinery in the discount shop. Like ideally I don't really want to buy expensive tractors. By the time you buy them, you've repaired them, you've done all that. It doesn't actually work out to be much cheaper than just buying one new. Now it can sometimes be like that, but for example, if a £100,000 tractor comes up in that shop and we get it for 50 grand, we've then got to spend say 20 grand repairing it. Just call it 20 grand. I'm trying to give you an example. So call it 20 grand. So that means you've saved 30 grand, but it's going to wear out even quicker. And it's going to need repairing again even quicker. So some second-hand stuff I don't want to use. I don't want to buy. I'd maybe buy a second-hand harvester because we wouldn't use it overly much, if that makes sense. But if a tractor came in and it was like, oh yeah, I want that tractor, it's a really good tractor, it's going to be quite hard to justify buying it because of the way the game is set up. You're not going to save much money after you've repaired it. That's all I'm thinking of at the moment. It just, yeah, it just doesn't feel like it's going to be much of a saving. There we go. We have completed that field, so that is another field down. £611. Yeah. So, oh wow, look at that. This is why I brought this in. Like, if we can do a baling contract, if we get some sheep, for example, if we've then got any grass or any hay, for example, we'd be able to go and sell it. That's what we're going to do. We'll be able to, but we can't store bales until we own more land, you know, to store it on. So we've got 141 over there. 111 is a big, right, so it makes sense to do 141 next. Drive down this road, do 111. We then come this way and do 49 and 51. That's how I would do that. I don't think there's going to be, yeah, there's no new contracts coming up. I think sometimes the time just screws you a little bit. You have it on 5 times, it just doesn't seem to do it as well as, you know, seems to get rid of a lot of contracts a bit too quickly for my liking. I just want to have a look at the price of this field we're in. 89, so it's there. Farmland one. 41. See, that's quite expensive. There's me talking about, you know, we could maybe get that. That's relatively expensive. I know it's not, but it is for the money we've got. That's what I'm trying to say it as. You know, it's not overly expensive, but it is for the money we've got. And that's our biggest thing at the moment. We don't have a lot of money. Now, once that ploughing contract gets done, that would instantly take us to like £30,000. But £30,000 is, you're talking, we need to get a seeder ready for spring. We need some mowing equipment. We need mowing equipment. There's so many mowing contracts on this field. We need a mower. What I'd like to do, just so you guys know exactly what I mean and where I want to go with this, I want to get a 3-meter mower. I want to get a 3-meter tedder. And I want to get a 3-meter wide, like, pickup baler. Because we can use follow me. And then basically, we'll drive one, the other can follow, like we'll put the baler on the Leyland, for example, and then we will literally drive down the road. You know, I know it'll take a long time to go up and down and up and down and up and down in, say, a big field, but with every pass, we would be able to complete the mow, the ted, and the pickup, all in one. Job done. And I do think that'll be worth it. And if we mow and ted at the same time, the only guy charging us a wage, it would be the guy who's baling, which, let's be fair, he's baling, it's not the end of the world. Now I just want to go to field 1 and then I want to have a look in the shop, guys, at these discounts that have come in, because like I said, there was a front mower, but we need as lower horsepower front mower and as lower power tedder as possible. Then obviously the baler, we can't go over 85 because that's what the Leyland's got, but we also need to make sure we've got enough power to drive up any hills. So we don't, you know, we want to be looking about 60 brake horsepower for a baler, ideally. Ideally we want a square baler. No, we don't. Square baler would be better in theory, but round balers are cheaper and round balers are usually a lot less horsepower. Right, so let's get this into here. I'm not gonna do much. I just want to get this little bit where this gate is, so in the next episode we don't have to do that and crash into the gate, basically. So we'll leave that there. Yeah, we don't have a number plate on this. This needs number plate changing. Now if we have a look at this, that is pretty good. Like I say, I know it's not making like loads of money, and a bigger plough would be better, and you know, I've got no issues with that. I know exactly what you're talking about. A bigger plough would be better, but we just don't, well, we didn't have the money at the time. Now we could buy a bigger plough. The problem is I don't see much point in buying right now a bigger plough. There's no other ones come up, so, and all these are cultivating. But if we just go into the shop now under discounts, that would have been nice. 2 of them. 95 brake horsepower. 3.5 meters. No, see, that's too wide, and it's £13,000. If we go into mowers, then I always forget where these are. There they are, mowers. So we want about 3 meters. There we go, 3.1. 60 brake horsepower. There we go, 3 meters, 52 brake horsepower. So if we were to get this mower, plus it's in a new hay pack, so we've never used it before. So if we buy that, £12,500, we could buy that. Then we need a little tedder about 3 meters. I know I've got a mod one. I don't think it's on this series though. But I have got a little tedder that's about 3.1 meter, I think. But let's just call it that one for now. So that's 82 brake horsepower. So that would run on the Renault. Done. And then it would be a case of balers. Now we can't use these square balers for here. I would prefer to use these ones, but that's more power than we've got in the Leyland. So we would need to look at 60 brake horsepower. That would do for the they're only 125 though. No, too small. 90 brake horsepower, you see. Again, I have got other balers, just not installed on this one by the look of it. 120, 100, 70, there we go, up to 180. So we'd maybe use that one. It's maybe not ideally the one I would like to use, but yeah, I think we'd maybe use that one. 180 centimeter bales, we can do hay with that, we can do silage with that. That's ideally how I'd like to do it anyway. But as you can see, this guy is going to be working along into the rest of the day. But we will be in January in the next episode, guys, because, well, I just want to, there's no point wasting half a day. And job wise, in the next episode we'll be cultivating. I just want to have a look at the calendar, so we can start. That's planting. So we'll be in January the next episode. So we've basically got maybe 2 episodes before we need to be in here, because some of these fields will need seeding. So that gives us 2 episodes really to before needing a seeder. And like I say, we brought in a couple of new seeder mods. We've got this one at 4 meters, 80 brake horsepower, Polonaise. So that one's good enough. And I brought in another one, but it might not be on this series, just because I don't try and bring everything into one, but I might have done. No, I can't have brought it in on this series. But to be honest, that 4 meter one's going to be bigger than what we had originally. We only had 3 before. So again, it's going to be a massive upgrade on what we had. But hopefully, guys, you have enjoyed this episode. You like the plan for the next episode. And until then, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please hit the like button on the video. It's mightily important. If every video again this week gets 50 likes, we'll have a whole week of videos next week like we did last week. If they don't, then we just have less videos because I go and work on one of my other channels that I run. So hit the like button if you enjoy it and you want to see more. And until the next one, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all later on.